Mr. Gibson, take one.
The concept of the Queensland Art Gallery has been to create a gallery which is visually linked between the city and its people. And this has been achieved by creating a series of landscape platforms which will be heavily landscaped with foliage and which will link down in steps down towards the river. As the site is isolated from the river itself and leaving a considerable area free on the riverbank, there has been a serious attempt to link this area in with the main area where the gallery has been located. And this has created a landing platform from which people can arrive by boat and walk across a roadway on a landscape plaza which will link the restaurant areas of the art gallery and afford people using the restaurant areas to look back towards the city. The principle behind the Landscape Terraces has been to afford the use of the top of the gallery during times when the gallery has been closed. And this will allow people to move from Melbourne Street onto the top of the gallery itself and move along into the main entrance, which is on the first floor level. As the gallery steps up towards Grey Street, the major areas which are the gallery spaces create a higher platform at the back which acts as a screen to the rather hostile urban fabric behind the gallery site. This will shield the viewer on the city side of the river from the views of the elevated railway line, which will be developed in the near future, so that the gallery from the city will be seen as a series of landscape terraces with a screened wall, and this will have as a backdrop the distant Taylor Range and Mount Cootha. The major orientation element in the gallery itself has been a mall of water which flows from north to the south and flows completely through the gallery, separating the public areas from the administrative and the gallery areas. This mall, would you just cut? The major orientation element, both externally and internally in the gallery, is a mall of water which flows from north to south throughout the gallery, and this separates the public facilities and the gallery spaces. Bridging the mall is the main lobby or orientation space in which people are moved from the entrance level by escalators to either the gallery floor or to the temporary gallery floor. This temporary gallery, which is located adjacent to the mall, will have related to it fountains which will be bubbling and effervescent with the changing types of exhibitions which will be afforded to a gallery of this quality. To the north, the sculpture gallery opens to a garden area and also to the mall, and sculpture will be able to be seen in varying forms of light and also to be able to be seen in varying dimensions by virtue of a ramp which walks from the for which one will be able to walk from the main gallery space down to the lower sculpture floor, so that a piece of sculpture will be able to be seen both from above and from below, dependent on the position of the viewer. The main gallery areas are two large spaces which have been top lit and some side lighting provided, and have a clear open span so that they will be able to afford, in the passage of time, a great degree of flexibility and rearrangement should this become necessary. Below the main gallery spaces are located the collection areas, and these are served from the Grey Street area via a dock, and it is from this area that the registrar and the main heart of the collection and distribution of paintings will occur. The public facilities of the education area and the library are readily located by the public and visible from both Grey Street and Stanley Street.
Mr. Gibson, take 3.
The lowest level of the gallery contains a car park, and from this car park the gallery viewer will be able to move via a lift which will penetrate the foyer areas, and it is envisaged that this lift have a glass enclosure so that the people will feel, as they're being moved through the foyer, with the multi-use of movement patterns occurring on the escalators and people on stairs, the whole foyer area itself will develop into an art form in its own right. From this foyer, people will be able to look along the Mall, both north and south, and to be able to readily comprehend their itinerary. They will be able to move onto the main gallery floor, which then on the northern end will allow them, after they have made their decision, whichever way they wish to move, they will be able to move down a ramp on the northern end through the sculpture gallery and come back into the temporary gallery. And from the temporary gallery, they then can move across back into the foyer and either up the escalators or through on a lower level out onto Stanley Street. One of the virtues of the location of the galleries spaces has been that there have been openings left which allow a person in one gallery to look through into another gallery so that they may see something which may interest them and be able to move in whichever itinerary they please. There have been several attempts made to make the itinerary as easy as possible, so that if a person came in and only wished to go for a short space of time into the gallery, they can do so by moving into the temporary gallery, through part of the sculpture gallery and back across the Mall and back on a short itinerary. Should they wish to pursue all of the gallery, they then move through the escalators, via escalators, and up into the major gallery spaces. On the river side of the Mall, there is an auditorium, and this is completely self-contained with its own facilities, and this could be used separately if so desired by using the lower foyer entrance, which is separate from the main foyer entrance, which would be on the first floor. From the main gallery spaces, there are also lounge areas located in several places which allow a person to go out and be used as a smoking lounge, and it is on in these lounges that there are completely glass walls and glass roofs, so that a person standing on the back of at the back of the building can look completely up and down Grey Street, and similarly be involved with the large walls which will rise above and along the end of the gallery.